TMZ.com reported Janet Jackson's call to the police over the weekend and the stories that follows are connected to her custody trial with Wissam Almana. But she is not the one stirring the pot, according to our sources. Janet Jackson's London custody case is contentious, not because either parent thinks the other is unfit. Our sources say Janet's having trouble because she wants 1-year-old Issa in the U.S. with her. Problem is, Janet chose to move to London to be with Wissam, and that's where Issa was born. It was her decision to move back to the U.S. after they broke up, and that may be giving Wissam the edge. Janet was indeed upset with Wissam over the weekend, and we've learned she called the cops twice, once on Friday and once again on Saturday. Thing is, it was all about Wissam not making Wi-Fi available to Janet's nanny because cell service was spotty in Malibu, and Janet wanted communication. Stories initially surfaced that the nanny became frightened by Wissam's aggressive behavior. The way the initial story went, she was terrified by his behavior and locked herself in a bathroom so she could contact Janet. That story did not come from Janet. It came directly from her brother Randy. Sources connected to the former couple say Randy is fanning the flames of conflict to help Janet gain an edge in her custody case. They say her call had nothing to do with a terrified nanny. It was all about cell phone service, although she did drop a reference to drug use. We're told cops went out and were literally there only a few minutes before they realized nothing was wrong and told them to deal with the cell phone service issue themselves. One source told us Janet and Wissam each respect the other as parents, and Randy has inserted himself to no end. Now, do you all remember when I talked about this a couple of months ago when they first was breaking up and who was front and center in everything? It would be Randy. Now, you know, there were allegations of abuse and infidelity, and Janet wasn't trying to give Wissam no vagina, so he was like, look, since you ain't giving me no vagina, guess what I'm going to do? I got a whole bunch of ladies over there, and I'm going to take them on my private jet, and we're going to hunch all over that plane, okay? And Janet was like, I don't care. Screw you. Go hunch on them hussies. I don't care. I'm taking my baby, and I'm going back to the U.S. anyway. And don't forget that goddamn financial agreement we both signed. But when all this broke down, Randy was front and center for all of it. He was the one who had been trying to get Janet to leave Wissam for a while. Okay, and I think what happens that when our siblings get caught up in, marriage and divorce and, relationships of our siblings, we kind of become hands-on because our whole attitude is, not my brother. You're not about to carry my brother. Or, not my sister. Not my sister, goddammit. That's what you're not going to do. Now, don't forget this family has lost Michael, so that I would believe that they would be even tighter. And from what I understand, Janet and Randy are very tight. And also, I think from what I understand, LaToya just had a stroke recently, so it would behoove someone to want to interject when they feel their family is hurting, So it seems like what's going on is Janet wants to come back to the U.S., but the baby was born in London. And Wissam is like, I'm not really going to cooperate with moving my baby over there to the U.S. Now, we're going to be pleasant towards each other, and we're going to be cool, calm, and collected. But, I'm not going to make it easy for you to take my baby to the United States. On to more bullshit news. Andy Cohen opened up about the future of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, including the rumor that Kenya Moore may have been fired in an exclusive interview with us. Andy Cohen, 50, commented on the huge speculation that Kenya Moore, 49, was fired from the Real Housewives of Atlanta in an exclusive interview with Hollywood Life, and it has us seriously freaking that her time on the show may be no more. We are actually figuring out next season right now, Andy told us at a recent Purina event. When we asked him if Kenya would be on the next season, his response didn't confirm or deny the rumors of her departure, so we can't help but think there's a possibility that she may not be part of the popular reality show anymore. This is pure speculation on our part, though, and it could turn out that Kenya's still going to be showing her face when next season premieres. Bravo, Andy, you fucking devil. I can't stand that heathen. You know the reason why he don't want to tell nobody is because he don't want to turn off Team Twirl and lose the Team Twirl money. I don't blame him. But my thing is, if you know that Team Twirl loves her and wants her back, why would you even alienate that population right there? Keep her on the show, continue having that viewership, and, add on whatever it is you want to add on. Y'all know how I feel about Eva being the boring diva on the daggone show. I mean, it wasn't like she was like reading successfully and all she was doing is just holding her neck straight and talking through her nose. I'm like, Eva, girl, bang. But I'm just like, why would you even do that? Like, are you trying to hold us in suspense on purpose? So then, we'll still turn in and see, ooh, is Kenya going to be there? What's going to happen? Blah, blah, blah. I mean, have you made this so personal that now you don't care about the money no more? Now it doesn't matter to you if, the whole Team Twirl just falls off? Because you know what happened? What was that show that Tamar was on? Was it The Real or something like that? And when I tell you, when Tamar left, she took the whole Tamartian clan with her. I didn't think that show was going to survive. Now, let's see what happens. I mean, we got people that love Nene. We got people that love Gerald, Candy. But, like, to have a swarm like Team Twirl, I don't think there's nobody on the show that can bring it the way that Team Twirl brings it. Like Kenya, like, not even Eva. Who's, like, sweating Eva? The only people that I think that will be strong enough to replace Kenya and her viewership is that goddamn Ronnie Devo wife. Yes, I'm team Ronnie Devo's wife, goddamn it. Now, before I go, I just want to I just want to mention two things, right? The first thing is, you all know that I left the DMV and I'm down here in Atlanta. Now, when I was back home, I didn't really pay attention to the news because, as a probation officer or anybody in the criminal justice system, we just don't pay attention to that stuff because we always like, oh, God, please don't let somebody be on my caseload be in the news, because I ain't got time and I don't feel like explaining myself as to why I didn't call that ninja last night, or, why. I just don't feel like explaining myself to the black coats sitting around the big black table. But now I'm getting into watching the news, and a young man named Trayvon, who had just graduated from high school down here in Atlanta, was gunned down within the week of graduating from high school. He was a football player and he was on his way to college. And I thought that it was heartbreaking. And a lot of people ask me why I don't have kids, and I always tell them, because kids and babies grow up to be teenagers. And I am not mentally equipped to deal with wondering every day if my son or daughter is going to come back alive. But my heart goes out to his family. The next thing is, today, Kay Spade, 55 years old, killed herself this morning, and it was suicide. And what she did was she left a note that said to her 13-year-old, that said, it's not your fault, ask your dad. It's your dad's fault, something like that. I thought that was manipulative for her to say. That's going to be something that her daughter's going to have to bear a long time. I don't know what was happening in the relationship, but it was obvious that Kate Spade wanted the little girl to hate the father. Suicide may make it work. I'm not sure. But anyway, we know that there was some mental instability there. So again, I encourage you all, if you have a family member or yourself, if you see the signs where someone is troubled, please help them. Okay? Now remember this, the same people you meet on the way up are always going to be the same people you meet on the way down, naysayers. My patron loves. Have a good one. Deuce.